All right. Well, now that I have my drink,
What'd you get? Water?
now a glass of whiskey.
Big Lou.
Big Lou.
That was perfectly in sync on my end.
Welcome back to Silver Screen Sips, and welcome to the first listeners episode we've done in a while.
Mm-hmm.
As a reminder, we always have spoilers for movies you may not have seen yet. You have been warned. We also have a new thing for our listeners episode, a short segment from our sponsor, which Isaiah will be taking away in just a second. That was your cue.
You said just a second, so I was like, okay. So
Yeah, I thought you were going to follow up with something else after you said that. Oh, also, before Isaiah starts that, I just want to mention, along with the spoilers, we will be talking about Rocky, Dawn of the Dead, and Perks of Being a Wallflower. So just be warned, because we are going to spoil probably the entire movie for each of those. So
yeah,
you have been warned.
You know,
and
you've been warned.
You've been warned.
And now's your cue.
Isaiah.
Hi. We'd like to talk to you about our sponsor, Shaker and Spoon. Shaker and Spoon is a monthly subscription service that gives you 3 bar-quality cocktail recipes designed by award-winning mixologists. Ooh, that was a nice ASMR.
Thank you.
Each recipe is unique and exposes you to new flavors and combinations while demonstrating a range of what each spirit can do. If you'd like your own box of Shaker and Spoon, as we've been reviewing the drinks.
Halloween too.
Not saying it. We've been reviewing the last drinks from the last season through Halloween. You can check out. Head over to shakerandspoon.com and use promo code SIPS10 to get $10 off your first subscription. Again, that's promo code SIPS10 to get $10 off. If you want a little taste test of what we've been doing, just check out the last couple episodes if you haven't. For Halloween, we've been reviewing all those from the latest box. So if you want some reviews of those.
Amazing. I made it for my mom yesterday, that last one we did, the Dream Phone. And she was like, this is really good. I was like, I know. So yes, thank you, Shaker and Spoon, for sponsoring today's episode along with last season too, because I thoroughly enjoyed it.
And I was thoroughly jealous throughout the entire process.
Hey, come slide over. I got like 6 more drinks I can make out of these.
All right, Bet, a 4-hour drive here.
So as you know, we have taken in some suggestions. We went through the emails you guys have sent us, and we picked 3 that we wanted to cover. So Lewis, why don't you go first?
Mm-hmm.
What did you have to watch this week?
So thanks to a suggestion by Sam.
Hi, Sam. Thanks, Sam.
Thanks, Sam. I watched Sylvester Stallone's basic trajectory to stardom, Rocky. Before I give my actual review of the movie, I also wanted to take a page out of Isaiah's book and actually throw in some facts about the movie. Because these are unique to the main actor. So Sylvester Stallone, as many people know, got this in the late 70s with the release of Rocky. Whatnot, I don't know that everybody knows it. Some of these things about it, but Sylvester Stallone was the one who wrote the entire screenplay in 3 days. He was struggling not only as an actor, but like just struggling to have a home, feed himself, feed his dog.
That's important.
Very impoverished at the time, writing this script, and going and trying to find different producers and directors and all these people to like try and take the film, because most people were like, nah, we don't want it. And then the people that did want to take up on it, he was very adamant about being the main character in the movie, like so adamant that he turned down a 6-figure deal for the movie rights.
I assume it's United Artists.
Yes, I think so. Let me see here.
That's a crazy man right there.
Yeah, United Artists is the company that eventually agreed to cast Stallone as Rocky Balboa after he rejected a 6-figure deal for the film rights. One of the most iconic locations from the movie, known as the Rocky Steps, are actually the 72 concrete stone steps, whatever they are, leading to the Philadelphia Museum of fucking Christ. Where did I put my note?
National History.
Yes. Sorry. No, actually, it's the Philadelphia Museum of Art.
I literally pulled that out of my ass. So
Yeah. Sorry.
I didn't even know if that place existed.
No. There probably is one, but this one was the 72 stone steps leading up to the entrance of the Philadelphia Museum of Art, which overlooks the Eakins Oval, the Benjamin Franklin Parkway, and you can actually have a great view of Philadelphia City Hall. In 1975, before he was actually signed to the deal, he was considering selling his poor dog because he couldn't even feed him. Yes, because he couldn't even feed the dog.
I hate the man. I'm just kidding.
No,
that's the responsible thing to do.
I think I thought he sold a dog, and then after with the money he made for the movie, he bought the dog back at like double the price.
That might be the case. I'm not 100%
That's a great investment plan for that other guy.
Yeah, it really is. But I'm not 100% certain if it was what you just said, Isaiah, or was the other way around. But anyway, moving on to the movie itself. I know that this movie is meant to be a classic of. No. Just let me go with it. I know this movie's meant to be a classic of the 70s. I know it's supposed to be a story for the everyman, the underdog, the blue collar worker, making it big, living the American dream, rags to riches, that sort of thing. From my personal stance on that, I don't particularly love that aspect of the story, but the movie itself actually does a pretty superb job of living out that fantasy.
I like how he changed it.
Superb.
Well, no, it's because the way I had structured the sentence in my head, and then I went to pretty, and then I'm like, that is not going to go right in English. So I had to say superb.
Rocky Balboa is pretty, is what you're trying to say.
You see this nose? Fucking beautiful. What is going to surprise a lot of people, I actually never had an interest in watching Rocky. I never saw Rocky before this. That being said, I did enjoy the movie. I do think it could have been shortened a little bit. They could have cut about 20 to 30 minutes out of it, and it would have been fine. And I should mention what I think is the best character in the movie and what I think is the worst character in the movie.
Ooh.
The best character in the movie, butt kiss to the dog. The worst character in the movie, Paulie. Fuck Paulie.
Oh, you just pissed off a lot of people.
Uh-oh.
I don't care. I hate Paulie.
Tell him, Lewis.
Paulie is a fat, drunk, abusive slob.
So why do people like him?
The mentor character, he's
no, that's Mickey.
Oh, I see.
You're confusing Paulie with Mickey.
Oh wait, you're right.
Paulie's Paulie's Adrian's brother.
Oh, you're right. No, screw that guy.
No, yeah, fuck that guy. So nobody hates me now. Mickey.
Oh, good.
Mickey, who Isaiah is referring to, is he's an older boxing trainer who takes on Rocky at the end, towards the end of the film. Now that he's actually been put into a championship fight with Apollo Creed, who was at the time the world heavyweight champion. I don't know that I can really spoil the movie and go through like all of the scenes. I really I've said what I needed to say regarding Paulie being the worst character in the entire film and Buttkiss the dog being the best character, even though he's only featured I think roughly 10 minutes out of the entire film.
But it's an important 10 minutes.
It's an important 10 minutes. His name is Buttkiss and he's a big old boxer. And he's very cute. That being said.
Oh, I get it. The dog breed is a...
Wow.
That took me a second. So sorry.
I think he's a boxer. I'm actually not 100% certain of that.
That would be a smart choice.
Yes, he's a bull mastiff, actually. I'm sorry. He's not a boxer. He's a bull mastiff.
Damn, they really missed a great opportunity there.
Yeah, I was surprised to find on Rotten Tomatoes that Rocky actually has a 91% on the tomato meter versus having a 69% on the audience score.
Wow.
Interesting.
That is very interesting.
I feel like the rating from the audience might also change if, this is my personal opinion at least, if we did shorten it by the 20 or 30 minutes, like if you cut out most of Paulie's story, then I feel like that might have changed the movie a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it was just kind of a lot of random side bullshit. I would give the movie overall, I've been bouncing back and forth between a 3.5 and a 4.
Ooh.
Okay.
Like I feel like I know Isaiah hates the decimals, but I would say like 3.75. I do give a shout out to the idea of the unorthodox training methods, the hardworking, young Italian man coming up in a tough city like Philly. But yeah, I don't really have much else to say. I don't know what else I could say, to be quite honest.
Okay.
A pretty solid film. It stands the test of time. And it is a big part of Sylvester Stallone's life. And I think I think that gives it like a very important sentimental value, showing that this is basically how he did it.
Mm-hmm.
Writing a screenplay in 3 days and not giving up on the idea of being the lead actor, and now he's a famous star in a majority of like the most intense action movies you've seen.
Yeah.
And yeah, that about sums it up. I know I was a little all over the place there, but yeah. Now I'm gonna pass it on to Isaiah for Dawn of the Dead.
Hello, time to meet the dead. So yeah, I had Dawn of the Spooky. Spooky. So thank you to Jason for recommending Dawn of the Dead. I gotta admit, this movie was quite interesting.
This is the original one?
No, this is the 2004 one.
Oh, okay.
So so if nobody knows, this is actually a remake of the classic George Romero movie of Dawn of the Dead. Now, if nobody knows, everybody knows who Zack Snyder is, right? I would hope.
Yes.
No. So, but for those of you who don't know, Zack Snyder is the guy who directed Justice League, not the terrible one, the kind of actually good one. The release of Snyder Cut, all that kind of stuff. This is actually his directorial debut. This is his first movie.
Really?
I was very surprised too. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was very surprised by that. It's his very first movie. I think he did a pretty good job knocking out of the park for his first movie. And the movie is written by James Gunn, the guy who wrote Guardians of the Galaxy and directed Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay.
So it's just a weird combination of people that like everybody's they're super super famous now of their own rights. So it's kind of just interesting. It was interesting seeing their names roll up on the credits together. And I was like, oh, yeah. So the movie, it just hits the ground running. We're in the apocalypse. It's just a smash and grab real quick. It's like I think maybe like a minute or two at tops of just regular life. And then suddenly just, bam, zombies. We're in the apocalypse. It's starting. So I feel like it does work for this kind of movie, though. There's not really much to start building up until, you get into the zombie apocalypse. And it reminds me of Dead Rising 2. If anybody's ever played Dead Rising 2, the video game,
yes.
It is not eerily similar, but like the concept of being stuck in a mall during the zombie apocalypse.
Isn't the original Dead Rising also stuck in a mall?
I think so. I know the second one kind of gets bigger. It's not just a mall. It's like a casino. It's like basically the entirety of Vegas.
Yeah.
So it might be the first one that's like that. And then, yeah, Dead Rising 3. I have no clue what that one took place. It does remind me of Dead Rising as it's in like that mall area and stuff like that. Even though it takes place in the mall in Dead Rising, this one they're kind of keeping all the zombies out. They're trying to survive inside the mall. A lot of it kind of played like a Resident Evil video game, like one of the remakes that they made recently. So it does have like a video game feel to it, which, is very Snyder's like style. He usually adapts comic book stuff. So a lot of his stuff has a lot of style of being like, this is a video game. This would be a comic, and most of the time it is. But I thought that was very interesting because there was a few moments where I was like, I can see that. I can see me playing this character, like trying to, not die in the mall.
Who stars in it again?
All right, get ready for this cast, okay? Because it's a bit weird. Because you have a few comedy actors in here.
Really?
Dawn of the Dead. So
okay, I'm also looking it up, and I am surprised by a specific character.
So we have Ving Rhames. If you don't know who Ving Rhames, he's one of the guys from the original, not the original, but like the Mission Impossible series. He's in there. We have I've seen this man before. I have no clue. Jake Weber. I've seen him in other movies. I don't know what movies I would have seen him in. He's from the TV show Medium. I'm pretty sure that's where I've probably seen him from. Michael Kelly, who is he's one of the aides in House of Cards. If you've ever seen that, he's also in Criminal Minds. He's in the Adjustment Bureau Chronicle. A lot of big movies. And I think the most surprising person in here is Ty Burrell.
Yes, that's the one I was about to be like, what?
I saw him come in. He plays, and he's not comedic in the movie. He's just like a major dick like the whole time. But like I was like, it works for him. I don't know why. I'm very believing him.
Phil from Modern Family.
Yeah.
For those who are like, who the hell is Ty Burrell?
After I think watching him in Modern Family and then seeing him in this, I was like,
he's
whoa.
like, I see him as the new, like the modern Bryan Cranston, like can play an idiot in one show and then a super serious role in another.
I think that, and with Jason Bateman, because Jason Bateman, is a good comedic person. But then he's like an Ozark.
Yeah, that's true.
And that show is played like super serious.
Jason Bateman in Ozark, though, is significantly, in my opinion, significantly better than his like comedic characters.
It is true, yeah. Like I saw him in like Christmas Office Party and a few other comedy movies. I can't think of them off the top of my head. And they're very different. There's a very specific comedic style that he has that he kind of just goes with. but him as a serious actor is pretty interesting, actually. But we're getting off track with going on a Jason Bateman rant. Now, there's a scene in this movie, right? And it's one of the characters. He's dating. He's like a gangster, and he's dating a woman who he impregnated, and then he kind of just disappears.
It shows you how that works.
Yeah, but he doesn't. He just kind of disappears at some point, and then everybody's kind of like doesn't remember that the wife exists, right? And so they kind of go check on her periodically, and then they kind of just forget her. But he has taken over a baby store that's in the mall, and he's kind of just kept her there. And at some point, you forget about her too. But then they bring back his story, and that's where it gets freaking wild. She, for some reason, is bitten. I think it happened earlier in the movie. She gets bitten, and so she's turning into a zombie. She's slowly dying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But she's also pregnant.
Is this the scene I'm thinking of?
There's a scene where she gives birth to a zombie baby.
Yes, that's from that movie.
There's another scene. There's another movie called there's another TV show on the Sci-Fi Channel called Z Nation that has a bunch of zombies.
I remember Z Nation as well. I watched Z Nation. That was wild. That was a wild one. That was B tier Walking Dead for me.
Yeah. So, but yeah, there's a zombie baby that comes out of her, and then they end up having to kill them both, and it just goes freaking wild.
Both of them look really bad, by the way.
Yeah. And then there's another character named Nicole. She's like the dim-witted, oh my god, zombies kind of character, which she wasn't that annoying character the whole time until like the very end where she stole a bus because they're communicating. Oh god, they're communicating with a guy across the street from the mall, right? Through signs and stuff.
Yeah.
And they are trying to send him food because they're trying to escape the mall, and they're going to get him there. But he's not going to make it unless he eats because he hasn't eaten in like 3 weeks. So they try to send him food by putting the food on a dog, and she really loves the dog, and the dog gets over there, but then he gets bitten when the dog gets into his store. And then, so he starts dying. And so she steals a bus and drives it through the crowd and then sneaks into the building with no plan on how to get back or how to get the dog.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
That's the only way.
There's always that one character that just makes decisions that make no damn sense and no reasonable human being would make. I'm sure like, oh, it's the character that bases all of her decisions on emotion, right? Cool. She does that. Sorry, she's just going to die. I'm not going after her. That's how it works in real life.
That's what happens when you have emotions. You fucking die.
So yeah, that was just an annoying moment.
Brought to you by Sociopath Incorporated.
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. No.
Oh boy.
Towards the end of the movie, they all get into like these giant beefed up buses that are like barrage worthy to like go through the crowds of zombies that they're about to fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So they're like tactical buses. So they're going through the crowds, and there's a moment where like the bus flips over. That was very unexpected. Audio gets very, very weird after the bus flip. I'm not sure if that was intentional because I guess the audio just gets really, really funky.
How? In what way?
What's it called? It clips. The audio clips as if the mics weren't prepared for the loudness of what was happening, which
That's
I'm pretty
amazing.
sure you would have prepared for the loudness of the situation given a bus is crashing.
Which, by the way, if you don't know what clipping means, it just means it's reaching like maximum volume to the point where it makes it's like ear rape. That's basically what it is.
Yeah, that's when things are bass boosted and it gets all distorted. That's what clipping is. But yeah, that was my notes for the movie. It's very, very weird. It's very comical, which is it a faithful rendition of the as a remake for the original George A. Romero classic? I do not know. I've never actually seen the George A. Romero classic. It is something on my to-do list. However, it seems a lot of people do enjoy this version of the movie. It's got very high ratings.
It's got zombie babies.
Yeah, so I mean, it's not like critically acclaimed. It's more of like an audience kind of enjoys it kind of thing. So I can give him that. Though I think the original is actually critically acclaimed and audience acclaimed too. So
yeah, the Rot in like 2006 got like a some kind of award because it was like culturally influential or something like that. It went beyond critically acclaimed. It was more like a national It was basically deemed a national treasure.
You know, I realized something when we were doing a table read recording for Sylvester. I realized now in hindsight that they were doing a table read for his new show.
You think so?
Yeah. What is it, like The Samaritan or something?
Oh, his new Amazon Prime movie.
Yeah, that's what that was for. I just realized that. I just put two and two together since you were talking about like how that was his big movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I found the note I had here. It was in 2006. Rocky was selected by the Library of Congress for preservation in the U.S. National Film Registry for being culturally, historically, or aesthetically significant.
Yep, they do that.
So
I want to be aesthetic.
Aesthetically
you
pleasing.
are an aesthetic.
What am I? What's my aesthetic?
Buff bi woman.
Heyo. No.
Paramore fan?
No. I mean, yes, but I think like Lewis's aesthetic is like
big vibes and big alcohol.
No, it's like I get the okay. Here's Lewis's aesthetic. Lewis's aesthetic is I'm getting like a dark cedar wood smell with smoke and then a hint of tobacco. That's okay. I guess that's a smell.
Are you
dark
trying to name me like a
colors? Yes, basically. Right and then Isaiah, you are like sleek, modern, like brighter, like whites and grays. That's you. That's your aesthetic.
I don't think Beth could have showed her bi side more than by
comparing us to houses.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Home Depot. Beth Depot.
Hell yeah. You know, my car right now smells like wood because I have literally like 2x4s in my trunk. And Jacob was like, what is this? Like your new air freshener now? I was like, I might just keep it in my car for that reason.
Lauren about this.
It smells so good.
When you said your car smells like wood, I was about to make a very different joke. So.
Anyway, so my rating of this movie is a 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5. Okay. Wow.
Yeah, 4 out of 5. As everybody knows, well, not everybody knows, but the way I kind of do the reviews is it a movie or is it a film? That would be the different like versions of how I would do it. Like you go to see Ready Player One as a movie. You're not there to see cinema. You're not there to see like
the Joker.
Yeah, like the Joker level of like themes and thought-provoking things or whatever. So this on its end is
Fast and Furious is a movie.
Yes, you don't go there to think about things. Okay,
yeah.
We're like Schindler's List is a film. Yeah, Inception are films, right? Yeah. So in this would be a 4 out of 5 for a movie, as it's very entertaining. That's the entertainment value for it.
Yeah, I would say the same thing with Rocky. It's not so much a film as there is a theme of the everyman's journey, but at the same time, like I still put it as more as like a movie than I would say a film. Yeah, to like inspire people, or make them think about something. But
okay,
so those are my notes. Well, on to Beth now. It's for
some sappy shit.
Perks of being a wallflower.
We all have completely different genres for our films. Lewis has like this sport kind of drama, and then Isaiah has like a kind of like a sci-fi horror thriller comedy everything. Or no, sorry, not a comedy. I'm thinking Shaun of the Dead.
Oh my god, I love that movie.
And then I have a romantic coming of age drama.
Nice.
So complete opposites. Yes, I have Perks of Being a Wallflower was the film I watched. It was suggested by Ellis. I miss Ellis. We haven't had her on the show in a while. Thanks, Ellis.
All silent.
Thanks, Ellis. We miss you.
Miss you.
Thank you to the entire island.
Yes. So this film's always been kind of on my watch list, and I just never got around to seeing it. So being obligated made me happy because I was finally able to watch it. But I think I saw it when I was a kid. I think my sister saw it like would watch it and I would be in the same room, but I think my mom didn't want me watching it as a kid, and I finally understand why now. But first off, the casting choices were perfect. I didn't know Paul Rudd was in it, so that was a nice surprise. And then the music in the film is just iconic. Every single song, I was like, is this like, did I subconsciously hear this as a child? And that's why my music taste is the way it is. Like every single song in that movie, I was like, oh my God, I love this song. Like, I know this song. I think we've touched on this before about coming of age movies. And I feel like there's not any good, like modern day coming of age. Like in the last, I'd say 10 years, there hasn't been anything really good that has come out. I might have maybe forgetting if there's one in there, but you can correct me if I'm wrong. But I do think that
when you say that, do you mean like good coming of age movies?
Yes, that is what I said.
Oh, I missed that part. Okay.
Yes.
Booksmart. I would say Booksmart is would be the next one.
That looked stupid.
Damn.
I haven't watched it though, so maybe I'm wrong. I've heard it got good reviews, but it just didn't seem like because that's like a comedy to me more than a coming of age. Like I'm talking like it's not promoted as a comedy or is supposed to be funny. It's more like a drama.
I see what you mean.
You know? Yeah.
Then maybe I think Lady Bird would be next after that. I'm not sure.
I didn't even like Lady Bird. That was like a cinematic film. I saw it though, and I was like, that was I already forgot what the whole film was about. It was very forgetful to me.
Okay, then we have to talk about the pinnacle of coming of age movies, Superbad.
Hell yeah, brother.
When did that come out?
2007.
Well, that's more than 10 years ago. Yeah, that's more than 10 years. I said in the last 10 years. So, see, I rest my case. If you guys can name a single, if you could name a coming of age movie that came out, actually, I'll change it. In the last 10 years,
I just forget it is 2022.
Email us and tell us. So from 2012 and on, tell us what movies there's come out that are good. Okay, because I've seen a fair share of coming of age movies in the last 10 years, and they are all fucking garbage.
Yeah, if someone recommends The Space Between Us, we will ban you from ever.
Or like To All the Boys I Loved Before. Don't even mention that in my presence.
Tell All the Boys You Love what?
To All the Boys I've Loved Before. That
What
is
the
the
fuck is
worst
that?
fucking movie. Or like The Kissing Booth. Fucking.
Don't you dare.
Fuck off.
If it is a Netflix original rom-com,
if it is a Netflix original, get the fuck out.
Hold on. I pulled up a list
of like coming of age films
in the last 10 to 12 years. Yes.
Okay. What do we got?
Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Oh my God. That is not a coming of age movie.
That was on the list. Okay, God. I'm gonna read the other ones though. That one was 2010.
Okay, what the fuck? Black Phone? Get the fuck out of here.
What is wrong with Google right now?
What is people's definition of coming of age?
Okay, so this list is actually just coming of age in general, but
it's got let's hold on. Let's establish first what we define as coming of age, because clearly Google doesn't know what the fuck it's talking about. Because to me, a coming of age is like, it's supposed to be about it, whether it's the main character or like a group of characters that are kind of the main characters. It's about them literally coming of age, growing up, and they learn, whether that's like literally growing up or if it's like mentally growing up. Like that's to me what like Stand By Me. That's a great coming of age movie because it's like they're literally children.
Yeah, I think Stand By Me is probably the pinnacle of what coming of age is. Like if you need a genre defining movie,
the movie is over and they have matured, whether it like mentally, because obviously they're not that much older than they were in the beginning. But like that's a great example. Or like The Breakfast Club is another, even though that too. It's an okay film, but it's a great example. I've seen it so many times. Isaiah, I've seen it way too many times.
So it doesn't make it bad just because you've seen it so many times.
No, I'm just saying, seeing it over and over, she's been able to critique it a little bit more because she's caught all the details.
Well, not even critique it. Like I have nothing against it. It's just to me, it's just it's a movie. It's a good movie. Like it's not like The Breakfast Club's amazing. It's just like
I would agree with that.
Unlike The Shining.
Okay.
The Shining is a classic. Yes.
No, The Shining is fucking awful.
We're gonna get that's a different review.
Yeah, we're getting
that is a different conversation. But wait, I'm gonna read some of these. I'm gonna read some of these for you.
I'm gonna hear some of these.
Francis Ha, even heard of that? I've never heard of that. Francis Ha.
Okay.
Released in 2012.
I rest my case. Never heard of it.
Frances is a struggling 27-year-old dancer who lives in New York with her best friend Sophie. But when Sophie moves out, Frances's life is upended as she's thrown between living in different apartments with different people, all while trying to build her career and become her own person.
Never heard of it.
Greta Gerwig, Adam Driver.
Oh, okay. Wait. Okay, I just found one. Easy A. Okay. That's a coming of age film.
Wait, but it's about the teacher, isn't it? Oh wait, no, it's not.
No, it's about Emma Stone.
Sorry, I'm getting confused with another movie. The
next one,
but that is advertised as a comedy. So do we count that? Because if we count that, then okay, Booksmart can be counted too.
No, I would say it's not a true coming of age film. It's just kind of more of a comedy. It has a coming of age theme, but it's not meant to be that. Next movie on this list, Unicorn Store.
Never heard of it.
Stars Brie Larson and Samuel L. Jackson.
No.
Next on the list.
What do you call it? It's a Netflix original. What did we say?
I've seen 4.
Oh, that's a Netflix original. I didn't know that.
Okay.
Next one on the list, Young Adult with Charlize Theron.
Never heard of it.
Got Pilgrim vs. the World. 500 Days of Summer, 2009.
That's not about kids. That's literally about adults.
Right, but they are growing up after 500 days together or whatever.
This one says Boyhood, but that's 2014, so that doesn't count. Oh no, wait, that does count. That's in the last.
I think Boyhood is a very specific type of coming of age movie because it quite literally was filmed with someone growing up for like 10 years. So I would say you can count it, but with an asterisk because it's very, very specific.
And there's 2 more that actually came in the last 2 to 3 years. Or sorry, this one came out last year. It was called Another Round, featuring Matt
Mikkelsen. That's the one that was nominated for an Oscar. I mean, I guess, but yeah, it's about drinking. It's about a guy maturing to not become an alcoholic.
No. 4 high school teachers struggling with unmotivated students and feeling their lives have become stale, logic experiment, and uphold a constant low level of like alcohol intoxication.
You know what? I got it. Beth, I got it. Have you ever seen The Way Back?
No.
That is a amazing coming of age film. It hits all the markers. It's about kids kind of growing into their personalities, into themselves, kind of discovering who they are. It's got a bit of comedy, but it's not focused on the comedy. It's more focused on the people and what they're doing.
What's it called?
The Way Back.
Okay.
Have you guys heard of Palms from 2019?
No. What the fuck? This is Jumanji. It's a coming of age film.
Jumanji's not a coming.
All right.
Like the new one with fucking Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Oh, fuck that shit. The good one, the new one's not even good. Fuck that shit.
It's funny too because like it seems Google thinks coming of age just means there's a child in it.
Basically, beautiful boy.
No. So wait, Palms. Let me tell you what this is written here for. Is recently moving into a retirement community. Martha, who is played by Diane Keaton, quickly learns that each resident must belong to one of the community's clubs. As the local residents learn of Martha's past as a cheerleader, they reignite her passion and form their own cheerleading club. While their age and ailments impact their cheerleading abilities, the team makes it all the way to a competition going up against cheerleaders 50 years younger than they are.
What the fuck?
I would like to make it known that
also, what I just said is also supposedly a coming of age film.
Piranha Double D.
Are you serious?
Piranha 3 Double D is what it's called.
That's so dumb. But also, like the fact that they said that Jumanji, the modern day Jumanji, which I think is shit, as a coming of age film, that's trash.
Wait, there is one film that I would say was a coming of age film, but I don't know what year it came out, and it had it was Selena Gomez and Paul Rudd, I think, was in it. The Fundamentals of Caring. That's 2016. I'll count that. That was a good one. I liked it.
I don't think I've seen this one.
I would watch it. Now it's not a Netflix original, but it's on Netflix, and I would watch it. It's pretty good.
I'll give you that.
I might watch it after we finish here.
It's good. I will here. This is what it's about. A writer, who's Paul Rudd, retires after personal tragedy and becomes a disabled teen's caregiver. And when the two embark on an impromptu road trip, their ability to cope is tested as they start to understand the importance of hope and friendship. Boom, coming of age.
That sounds exactly like a coming of age movie. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's so funny. You got
So
it.
Take our version of coming of age movies and not Google's, because Google doesn't know what the hell it's talking about.
So, anyways, perks of being a wallflower.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Derailed for such a long time.
What a derail. Now, I think the only cons I had in this film was, first off, Ezra Miller. Yikes. Rough timing. What? I was just like,
that is very true.
I'm not gonna lie. It took me a second to realize that was Ezra Miller. And then once I realized it, I was like, oh shit, this is awkward. And then also there were certain scenes that were just like so hard to watch, and not in the sense of like cringe, but it was like just sad, you know? There were certain scenes where I was like, damn, they're really hitting the mark on this one. This one hurts. But yeah, there was just certain scenes. And for those who haven't seen the film, I'm about to spoil kind of how basically the story is. I don't know if you guys have seen the film either, but do you care if I spoil it?
No. I actually had it on my list. I haven't watched it yet, but go ahead and spoil it. I don't care.
I mean, there's only one. I'm going to try to avoid the big spoil, but basically I can tell you the summary of what the story is about without giving away the big plot twist.
No, I mean,
so it's
say
about
whatever you want. It's okay.
No, I want you to have a good experience. The full experience. So it's about this boy who's like kind of the loser of like his school. Not like a loser, like people make fun of him, but he's just like a loner, I guess is a better term.
He's a wallflower.
He's a wallflower. And he meets Emma Watson, fucking lucky ass bastard, and Ezra Miller, and
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah. And they show him kind of like how to open up and the perks of being a wallflower.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, you find out a lot about like what he dealt with like in the past and stuff, like mentally speaking. And it's very well done. It was actually a really good movie. I was glad I was finally able to watch it. So I gave it a 4 out of 5.
Nice.
The only reason I didn't give it a 5 out of 5 was just because of the timing with Ezra Miller, honestly. I was just like, oh, this is awkward. But that, and then there was just a few other moments where I was just like, this is like, there's a specific relationship that happens in the film between the main character and another character. And once you watch it, Lewis, you'll know who I'm talking about. And it's just so hard to watch. And I know that they intentionally made it that way because you're not supposed to want to ship them. You're supposed to want to ship Emma Watson and the other boy, like the main boy. So they are intentionally trying to make them unbearable, and they nail it. And it was just like, oh my God, I can't watch this. This is so bad. Like, but they do it well. It's just, I was like, God, I hate this. So yeah, 4 out of 5. I would watch it again.
Right.
It was good. So yes, thank you, Ellis, for making me watch that. But if there's a lot of films on my watch list, I'll just send it to our viewers, and then they can just make me watch all the films that I never get around to watching.
Force her to, do her job.
Yeah. Great. Thank you. Okay. Well, do you guys have anything else you want to say? Do?
No, not really. I mean, I want to thank Sam and whoever else may have suggested the idea that I watch Rocky. That was a refreshing film to watch after the garbage that was Halloween Ends.
True.
We need a palate cleanser.
Yeah. For the next season.
I really did.
Yes. Thank you to everyone, Jason, Sam, and Ellis, for your suggestions.
And thank you to Hurricane Ian for delaying our listeners episode to this point. It's refreshing.
Let's not thank the hurricane for those that are suffering.
He might
right
come
now.
back to try to guest star,
Yeah. World Star. Sorry.
World Star. Well, I don't know. I feel as if our listeners episode is a little bit better because we had to delay it in a sense.
Yes, I was able to kind of let it simmer and think on it, you know?
Yeah, exactly. That's really more what I'm aiming for. And yeah, thanks. As always, thank you everyone for listening to us sharing our probably very unimportant thoughts on these things. But
we're only three idiots from the internet. Come on.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes, thank you, everyone. And if you would like us to rate your movie suggestions, you can email us at silverscreensips@gmail.com. We will rate and review them. Make sure to follow us also on all of our social media and listening platforms. And while you're at it, try and give us a review because it helps us. And
if you've got any family members or friends, they think they would be into this, send it on their way. Just, give us a share.
We're lonely here. If you go to our Instagram at Silver Screen Sips, you will see that we have posted a poll for season 6. So you guys can now officially vote on which franchise we're going to cover next. So the 2 runner-ups right now are the Planet of the Apes, which is the Caesar trilogy, so the newer ones. And then we have the James Bond series, the Daniel Craig versions. So go cast your votes now. It'll be up all day today. And then hopefully we will have the announcement by the end of the week. So, yeah. Okay. That's it. See you guys in season 6.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.